Thanks for being with us early on a Sunday. All right, so can you tell me a bit about your poster?
Yeah, we are currently doing our senior project at Oregon State University with pip and Python packaging. We decided that, there's not people probably don't know, the in-depth history of packaging and the current state and, what's coming up very soon in the future, as soon as Python 3.3, which is actually in alpha right now as of March. And so, yeah, we decided to come here, make a poster sort of touching on each of these topics and hopefully educate people about what's coming up. And so, I mean, sort of, basics. Packaging is taking code and putting it into modules that allow your code to then be, searchable, installable, uninstallable, and, tell people what your code's dependent on, and then allowing it to be easily distributable and updated by end users. And there's been sort of a long history of this, starting back in 2000 with distutils, and this addressed sort of basic packaging issues like tarballing, installing packages, searching for packages, but it sort of lacked advanced modern features that we've sort of come to expect these days, such as uninstallation, which Setup Tools, which was created in 2004 by Philip Eby, added a lot of these sort of nice features such as automatic installation of dependencies, installing binary files, and so he began work on that in 2004 and had a full working version in 2005. And then this was forked to the distribute library, which then added even more sort of modern features, complying with various PEPs, sort of introducing a new way to install package, as we'll see in a minute that wasn't necessarily that great in the end. And on top of that, Ian Bicking in 2008 introduced a tool called pip, which, created a layer on top of Setup Tools, distutils, and distribute, and sort of fixed faults with Setup Tools easy install command. And so, yeah, I guess overall there's currently, three main ways to install and manage packages, which is kind of a headache, maintaining compatibility with all those. So then there was this push to, sort of standardize it, and that is going to be called distutils 2, and it's going to be actually called packaging, just packaging itself, starting in Python 3.3, and then backported as distutils 2. And this is going to add a lot of sort of nice features that, such as, a standard database of installed distributions. So this lets you, everything's installed the same way every time, no matter what tool you're using, and supports easy uninstallation, whereas before, you had to go and look at a record of what was installed and pull it from that, and then adds a lot of sort of compatibility with various Python enhancement proposals, such as, improving the metadata that's included with packages, being dependent on, which Python version you're using, or other distributions, or static declaration of dependencies based on your operating system or platform, and then a standard versioning scheme, which has been sort of lacking lately. Then versions between packages can be easily compared. There's clear distinctions between development, pre-release, alpha, beta, etc. And then all this is sort of contained in that new packaging library, and so currently, it's in development in alpha, and it's included in Python 3.3 alpha 0 or alpha 1, which was released on March 5th. So you can definitely go check that out. And it actually comes with its own sort of PySetup tool, which is a bare bones command line tool, which, it's sort of a very dumbed down sort of version of pip, which, allows you to install, uninstall, search. And then pip currently, there's an experimental port going on right now of pip to use this distutils 2, which we're working on, with the developers of pip. So that will hopefully, sort of show that distutils 2 is going to work, and, it's pip won't have any problems, staying modern with how packaging's going. So yeah, I guess that's sort of our poster and what we're trying to show people here. So thank you.
All right. Do you contribute to this project?
No, we're not currently contributors to the distutils 2 packaging project. We just thought that, it's coming up here soon in a couple months and people might not like to know about it.
Okay. And can you talk a bit about the how the metadata is stored once you do an install. Let's say pip, has an issue and it's corrupted. How would you handle that?
Currently, a lot of it's installed in its own way. I think the current way is .egg-info is how it's installed. So now there's going to be this standard .dist-info, and everything about how the package was installed is stored there. And currently, how pip works is it records everything it's going to do first and does it. I believe is how that works, rather than sort of attempting to do something then recording what it does. That way you can sort of backtrace and see where it messed up.
Excellent. Thank you very much. This was great.
Thank you very much.